What's up, everybody? It's me and Emmy Boo, and we are in the studio today, getting busy on some paintings. I'm gonna walk you all through painting a seascape, and Emmy, she's gonna do her thing over there. We're gonna find out what she's making whenever she's done. Ain't that right? Okay. So, a seascape. Whew, gonna be fun. I have done one other water scene, intentionally like purely water. And it's what can I say? In short, we're going to be extremely loose so that we can make something extremely tight. Okay. Let's talk about our subject matter. We're doing a seascape, and we're gonna have pretty much three things that we're gonna draw. Four maybe. We're gonna paint the sky. We're going to paint the depths of the water. We are going to paint the reflection of the sky. And we are going to paint the sea foam, or the foam that gets created from the water splashing against water. Maybe that's what's happening. I'm not sure. I'm not a physicist. I'm a painter. I just analyze the images that I see and then try to make sense of the stuff in the middle. All right, so I'm going to go with only because I don't have more cobalt, I'm going to go with a phthalo blue. Otherwise, actually, I lied. I have just enough cobalt to do this painting. So I'm going to do cobalt, a mineral red, an actual mineral red, and a yellow medium. It's free of whatever cadmium is. Maybe if I was more sophisticated, I would know these things. And then I'm going to go with the titanium white.
Dad.
Yes, Amy.
You have to kick me, Dad. You have to kick me right now. You have to kick me. Kick me, Dad.
Kick you?
No. I want to go at my house.
You want to go home?
Yeah.
We're going to go home in just a little bit.
We will come back home to later and then we go to the bed.
We're going to go home. We're going to eat some food. I'm going to go to church. And you need to call Finn tonight.
Fun tonight?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep. What, are you scared?
no. Why should them?
Okay. Image is going up now. This is the reference that I'll be using. We have our 3 rules as painters. Rule number 1, back to front, top to bottom, left to right. Only if you're right-handed. If you are left-handed, right to left. And this is all probably backwards because of the mirror image of the selfie thing, whatever. Rule number 2, always paint using the face of the brush. Gonna flip cameras here. This is what I mean. This is painting using the face of the brush. This is also painting using the face of the brush. This is not painting using the face of your brush. This is using your paintbrush as a pencil. This is no good. This makes like streaks. This does not make strokes. painter's stroke. All right.
Dad.
Rule number 3.
Dad.
Do you know what rule number 3 is?
Yes.
What's rule number 3?
You're the one like that, and I was not happy.
See, even she knows rule number 3. Rule number 3, 1 stroke at a time. All right, let's go ahead and get some agua on this brush. Now, check it out. For this sky, I could just paint it straight gray blue, kind of like it is right now. But I gotta be honest with you. I think that would be kind of boring.
Dad?
As you paint the sky, will affect how your image reads. So
yeah.
I chose to make my contour lines vertical, and this is going to make my painting look like the sky's very, very high.
Dad,
if you choose to go left and right, that's going to make your painting seem very vast. No.
Dad?
I know it would be boring, so I'm not going to do it that way. I'm just not.
Dad.
We're going to follow. We're going
Dad.
to be kind of like that.
Dad.
But I'm going to mix in some red. I'm going to mix in some yellow. And I'm also going to somehow pay attention to my daughter. Easy.
Now tell me, you go to the guy.
I'm gonna paint the sky, yes.
And you go fitness, and you go me.
Yes. You are going to be my next subject matter.
And paint me.
Yes, I'm going. Do you want me to paint you, or do you want me to draw you?
Paint me. I want you to paint me. Yay! Oh, that's blue. It's died out. It's died out, Dad. It's died out.
It's dry?
A
little bit. It is dry just a little bit, yes.
This me. Mom is hurrying.
Okay. For the sake of everyone's sanity watching this video, I'm going to fast forward this part. So, last bit of instructions here. In my reference, the sky is like past halfway. I don't really like that composition, especially not for my painting. So I'm going to at least try to aim for halfway with my sky on this painting. And if you're painting with me, then I would highly suggest that you do the same. This is going to give us an opportunity to go back and potentially add clouds. Give this seascape every opportunity that it deserves to become an awesome painting.
I did my light.
I thought it's my light.
It's my light.
Yes, you use the light. Right, your light. In the light with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not so much. Ouch.
I did that all the time. Dad.
Okay, well, sorry.
I did that all the time.
You do this all? Don't do this all.
I did that to Mama to you until then.
You do this.
Damn it.
Do this.
I did that. Dad,
Hey, me boo.
you're not happy.
I'm very happy.
Why?
Because life is good. Are you happy? Do you have joy?
No.
You don't have joy?
No, I don't.
Well, what's missing? What do you think is missing? Why would? What do you need that you don't have?
Blue, Dad. Do blue, Dad.
Do blue?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Whew, man, my arm is hurting.
Why, Dad?
Cause I'm doing a lot of painting. I'm going fast, and I gotta hold my arm out to do it. All right, let's get some blue back in here.
You're gonna do the other colors?
Yeah,
Why?
because it's the sky. All the colors are in the sky.
No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
No, it isn't. Dad.
What colors are in the sky?
Yellow, red, blue.
Okay, well, then, yeah, all the colors are in the sky.
That's red, and that's blue, and that's yellow. Like that?
Mm-hmm.
That's all the colors.
I'm gonna jump back in here, and I'm gonna say, if you the contour lines that you decide to use when painting your sky, man, maybe this needs to go in earlier. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just take this little part that I'm saying now, I'll drop it in earlier. But the contour lines that you make, if you, it's taking over, you may have to find something else.
I'm going to post a ball.
And I'll have to go back here, you have to go where else is there.
What's in this bed?
Well, wait for it, wait on the other side, right? I'm in trouble before I am now.
Dad, you can pick me up as a ball.
Where's Dan?
I'm like, yeah.
I'll believe that.
Dad, I can see. I can see the PT.
Hold on, hold on. You go to the bathroom?
Yeah, I'm going to my bathroom.
If you're wanting your background to be smooth, get a round tip brush, load it with water, drop some pigment in, come back to your, round tip brush like a filbert, a lot of water in the brush, and paint kind of fast. when you introduce pigments, just make sure that brush is wet. And paint fast. That's gonna blend. That's gonna do a lot of that blending that you want for a smooth sky. You know, I was talking about the contour lines earlier being vertical or horizontal. So because I said that, and I decided, well, let's see what happens when you have diagonal contour lines. Do you get a bit of both? It's smooth enough for me. Look, if it were up to me, I'd probably just have chunks of red, blue, white, yellow. And maybe that's what happens when I turn this in. If this becomes a W, it just becomes something crazy. And that's fine. Looking at my last painting that I did in the mirror, looks kind of cool. All right, let me focus. Gotta focus. All right. Let's fill this little spot in just a little bit more. A lot of water, a little bit of white. Probably gonna need some more blue in there. All right. So one of the things that we're going to do to make this picture more interesting, well, we've already kind of done it with having these multiple colors in the sky, or these, these heavier hues popping through in the sky. When it comes time to do the reflection in the water, we're going to reflect the appropriate color. Okay. Now here we go. Let's go ahead and make a kind of hard line here. We're going to start with the blue. And what are we drawing at the horizon line? I talked at the very beginning, I talked about there being a couple of objects that we're going to paint here. And I would say at the core of this horizon line, we are painting the depth of the ocean. Because this is the point where at this line you are seeing hundreds of miles in an instant. In a singular space. If the ocean was just a valley and there was no water there, how far would you be able to see? Assuming you have 20/20 vision. Whether that's pre-LASIK, post-LASIK. Being goofy. All right. So because we're seeing all of that ocean in this singular spot, that's why I'm pressing to make this line kind of dark, or as dark as I can make it, honestly. So that's going to mean a lot of blue and a lot of red. Does it look like the ocean yet? Doubling back to the contour lines, your contour lines for your water should definitely be horizontal. I wouldn't even know how to make it look like water without horizontal contour lines. It's also going to be how we create our waves. All right. This is about as dark as it looks like I'm going to be able to get it with the color palette. Oh, Lord. With the color palette that I have. You know, if I was using phthalo blue, it would probably be darker than black already. All right. So now we're going to go to the next layer. Which is a whole lot closer than the horizon line. I had some of that red left over. I'm just going to press it a little bit deeper into the canvas. I have no intention of keeping it. I'm just trying to spread it out so that it affects my next set of colors a little bit less. Now, when I look at the reference, I can see some sky, some reflection on the sky. So guess what? I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try to bring in some of these lighter values just below the horizon line. Let's see what happens. All right, so I'm going to start with yellow, but the existing background is probably just a little bit too heavy. So I'm gonna drop that yellow in, but I'm immediately coming in with the white to try to lighten the existing background. And if you're painting with me, I want you to press as close as you can to the horizon line while still maintaining and keeping that horizon line. All right. Now, looking at my reference, I can see a wave that's coming here. It's a little bit closer to us. Because it's closer to us, we're gonna be able to, we're gonna get more information from it than if it were far away. And one of the things I can see is that it has diagonal contour lines. Which gives us some of that, this wave it's like a crashing wave. According to my reference, it's just a little bit more green here than what I have it. I don't want that yellow to sit in so heavily. So I'm going to press that yellow all the way through and then come back in with some of this blue that I was using. When you are in need of a getaway and water is where you want to get away to, where do you like to go? Or maybe don't tell us. You know, keep your favorite place a secret. No, that's no way to live this life. We should share. Okay. I just picked up my paint on the wrong side of the brush. So to get some of these like sea foam, I'm just gonna grab some of my white. I'm just gonna drop it in here and there. I'm not trying to be like super photorealistic. That's not the point here. But I am taking inspiration from the photo. It's always kind of a mystery to me how wait, I completely lost my train of thought there. Psh. So whatever was a mystery to me will remain a mystery to you. One day I'll remember what it was I just forgot. Okay, making progress here. Now, I know you're probably looking ahead and saying, "Hey, there's seafoam there. We need to be getting that." Oh, remember, back to the front. It might be helpful to keep a wet brush when painting water. Maybe. Up for debate. That's sarcasm. Definitely want a wet brush. Especially if you've got a pasty blue like I have right now. It's this cobalt that I'm using. One thing that that I know to be better about, but and sometimes I teach about it. You gotta watch your posture. If you got if your chair has a back to it, make sure you're using it. It's gonna save your back and It's going to help you get proper perspective, or help you maintain a proper perspective of your painting. It's going to make those compositional decisions that you need to make stand out very clearly. And before you know it, you'll be in the flow and you'll be painting. All because you adjusted your posture. But what I mean by you'll be painting is you'll be able to transcend your reference and start painting what's right for your canvas, the object, the work of art that is being created right there in front of you. Who's trying to paint water with a dry brush? I am. Who's trying to paint water with a too wet brush? I am. Yeah. When I yawn, my jaw sometimes dislocates. And when I say sometimes, I mean it's like every time. That mug hurt. The first time it happened, oh man, it was bad. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was stuck with my mouth open for hours. Like 12 plus hours. I was trying to press it closed. Just look, if you let me spare you the gore and the guts and just cut to the chase. If you ever find yourself with your jaw locked open, try to open it some more and see if you can get it to close back on its own. Now, the more patient you are and the more you go back through to capture these little nuances of color that are going to exist, the more realistic your painting is going to become. However, simply because we are painting from a photo, it is going to have some innate photo like qualities to it. But I've said it once before. I'll say it many more times. There is no detail worth going to the store to get a new brush. There is no detail worth losing your painting over. I don't care what type of art you do. If fight. Let's fight. You want to fight me about that one? Let's fight about that one. You were drawing me photorealistically, I promise you. The 37th pour left of center of the scar on my forehead. I don't care how perfectly you capture it. That's not what's going to make that painting look like me. Uh-oh. Am I going right to left? I think that I am. Why am I doing that? Not sure exactly. Y'all forgive me. I've even just lost my spot a little bit. The quality of this blue is very nice. It's probably a miracle that they were even able to make it a paint. But it's not, my only thing is it's not flowing like that phthalo blue flows. And, there could be a myriad of reasons. I just got my paints back from being in storage. Thank you, Jesus. I feel like life is finally about to start breaking loose because all of our stuff is out of storage. This painting idea came to me from a request of one of my very special students. Yeah, I can call y'all that. I have this group of artists that I have the pleasure of creating art with. I've been blessed to be selected to do group paintings, group lessons with a group of veterans. It's fun. We get to paint and share war stories. And I'm getting really tedious here. And that's fine. Especially if you are as well. Assuming that you're painting with me. I couldn't imagine you just be watching a video like this and not be doing the painting. Maybe it's oddly satisfying for you. Oh Lord, I lost my train of thought again. Where them trains be going? Oh, I think I remember what I forgot earlier, what I was about to say. All right, check it out. This is what I was thinking. So we have deja vu for. Oh, I lost it. I lost it again. It's something like this, and maybe you all can help me figure it out. You can write this down you can talk to me in the comments here. We have deja vu for moments that we think that we remember, but you don't remember it. You just have the sensation of, oh, you are remembering this moment. But unless you truly are remembering this moment, what happens next? Tell me what happens next if you're having deja vu. Of course, I'm going to keep painting. But what happens after this painting is done? Tell me now. But what would the opposite of deja vu be? Right? That's kind of the sentiment of the thought that I was having. I can't. That's not exactly how I was having the thought. Okay, I'm checking out this little wave that's happening here, and it's getting like a whole new color. It's kind of green. It's probably got pollution and whatnot in the water. Who knows? I'm gonna drop in some white. It's a little bit of foam on the top of this wave, not too much. And then we also want to like knock the white down, because we don't want we don't want just pure white standing out, especially in the background. We're gonna need that pure white for this foam highlight that's coming. Otherwise, it's just gonna turn into like this big white blob on our canvas, and that's not what we came here for. That might not have been the face of my brush. How are we feeling? Are we feeling confident that this is going to turn out the way that we want it to? Are we having some doubts? Be honest with me. All right? Is your painting moving like sea foam? Is your painting moving at all? One of the cool things about acrylic is that you can paint over virtually anything. Just gotta let it dry a little. All right, once again, you don't want any of your whites to get too white, especially in this background area. You're gonna need that contrast for the big foam that's down here at the bottom. One of the reasons why I was bringing up that we can paint over anything as long as it's mostly dry is because this line here, this foam, this wave, excuse me, is a little bit thicker than what I want it to be. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint underneath it to thin it out, to thin that foam line out. I kept it from locking that time. All right. We're getting there. Okay. We're gonna keep pressing on. We're getting into the waves now. The visible waves, at least. One of the ways that we're going to make this look like waves is a contrast between dark spots and light spots. So this section that I'm working on is going to be kind of dark, and then the section that's closer to it is going to be brighter, so on and so forth. All right. So let's just keep getting this section in here painted. Can't really tell what's going on, so what we going to do? We're just going to paint it dark. We're going to thin out this top. Sorry, I've gotten quiet. I'm locked in, trying to make this painting happen. I'll probably just fast forward all that part because, well, I mean, there's nothing to say. Not yet, at least. Especially since I can't, like, pause and go see the painting that you're working on. But I guess now is as good of a time as ever to start doing some house cleaning, or some things that letting you know about some things that you need to know about. If you are not, all hope is not lost. If you are not a U.S. military veteran, you can still learn art from me and with me. I just need you to contact me. Send me an email, or go to my website, rightoutthebox.com, and go to the services page. I offer a lot of things because, well, I'm busy and I'm producing in a lot of spaces. But go to the W tab or the B.Williams tab and make a request for some art classes. I can meet with you virtually. If you're in the Oklahoma City area, I can meet with you personally. We can, we'll talk about your art. We'll talk about art business. I will answer your questions. I'll even work as an apprentice for you. You just let me know what you need. And then we'll figure out the offer from there. Guarantees, what I can guarantee. I wonder what this body of water looked like 100 years ago. And I'm not trying to start no mess, even though I probably am. Making our way down to the next set of waves. But you know what? I think it's time to take a break. Been going kind of hard today. My focus is a little bit all over the place. A little bit hungry. I am almost certain that I am dehydrated. Can't you hear it in my voice? My voice is dry. It just sounds like sandpaper. Uh-oh. Did you see me? I was like all the way in here. Be careful. You get in that flow. Trying to become the painting. Yeah. It's time for a break. All the paint that I originally, not all of it, a lot of the paint that I poured is gone. I've got some red, I've got some yellow left, but the blue and the white, they're spent. Not And I'm starting to break rules. That was a close one. I was trying to use the tip of the brush. All right. I'm gonna stop the videos. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna paint a little bit more. Actually, I'm gonna come back tomorrow because I'm out of time here. We'll pick this painting up and it'll either be signed a B.Williams or it may become a W. We'll see. Right now it's about a 50-50. Hey, it's B.Williams and I'm gonna pause right here because, well, I don't know if you're still there. You know, Netflix, are you still watching? Anyway, in the event that you are, follow the link and I will get you the second half of this video.